Welcome everybody back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Vinland Saga Season 2, Episode 2. Sorry for the delay. Lindsay's neck is broken.
Mm-hmm. Not actually broken, but I fell down some stairs like a week and a half ago, and it's still extremely painful.
And then for those who don't know, the reason that we're filming here is because there's some work being done in the area that we use for our studio, so we had to move everything out. So Lindsay's neck was messed up because of that. And having to move some stuff here and there, as well as having fallen down the stairs and like a bunch of other stuff. So it's, you know, we sit down and record and then it hurts, so that we don't want to push it because we don't want her to have the same neck injury that I have, where, you know, my neck still hurts like 3 years later after some, destruction that happened to me. So reactions and stuff like that will be kind of touch and go for the next few weeks. We haven't put out any like, community posts or anything like that because it seems like we're on the latter half of like the work that's being done. We'll be able to move stuff back into our studio, but then that's going to take some time too. So just, you know, take this as, if Vinland Saga is late, then that's probably why, but we'll try to stay on top of it as much as we can. But yeah, so that's a little update there. Sorry that this was late. Sorry that, you know, there's going to be a little bit of lateness. But usually if everything's going good, have things up like the first second that we do. So sorry about the delays and everything. Anyway, we're now into Slave Saga of Vinland Saga, of Farmland Saga.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we're going to see what happens this time. Leave a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for your patience. Check out Patreon to get the uncut reaction for this with better audio and visual, etc., etc. Hope you enjoy. Let's go.
I forgot about the new OP.
You thought it was just going to be...
No, I just completely forgot what it was.
I have a theory about like what the conflict is going to be for this little part, but I haven't said it quite out loud exactly because I think that I might be right, so I don't want to spoil Lindsay, but I'll say what that is when it comes up, or when it's not confirmed, maybe.
The person's just like, I already have predicted it, but I can't say it out loud, so when it happens, I'll let you all know that I predicted it.
Well, it's better than what you do, where you pause the episode like right before the reveal is about to happen and be like, oh yeah, this is about to happen, just so you know. And then I'm sitting here like, thanks for the spoiler. Oh, this character is about to get pushed into the abyss by the person they trusted most. Oh, well, thanks a lot. Thanks for saying that. I'd rather be wrong on a prediction and say that I was wrong than say the prediction the second before the reveal, ruining the watching experience for the other people watching. See, like, here's the thing. I have anti-spoiler jutsu. I literally watched a show with Lindsay that was 500 plus episodes and didn't spoil a single thing even once. Not even a single actual, don't even go there. It wasn't even an actual. I didn't spoil anything for you for Naruto Shippuden. Not even a single. No, I didn't. No, I wasn't responsible for anything. Anyway. Except for that one time where I spoiled the most impactful death of the whole series. Okay.
Horses never eat anything.
He's shorter than he looked in the last episode.
Nice to meet you, my ticket out of here.
Money.
That's so much work to do by hand.
Oh, earn your freedom.
I mean, that's fine, but that's so much work.
Pay for your crimes. Oh wait, I mean you didn't do anything wrong.
3 years.
Yeah, clear out a whole forest with axes and saws. Maybe not even saws. I mean, you literally couldn't ask for a better deal as a slave, though, to be fair.
It's true, it's true.
デンマークじゃ当たり前なのか。俺の故郷にも 奴隷はいたけど、奴隷はずっと奴隷のままだった。ああ、俺北イングランドの生まれなんだ。君は？
アイスランド。
アイスランドか。アイスランドってどこ？もうかなり来てるじゃないか。
How long have you been here? 2 days.
こっち側全部だ。
こっち側？
Of the river.
そこに川があるだろう。その川からこっち側全部。
川から。
I guess the river is like a border for the next parcel
Yeah,
of
in order
land.
to get any type of wheat farm where you're making enough money to buy your own freedom, like, you need a giant piece of land.
Yeah, he's lucky that Thorfinn is not a greedier man, because the conniver in me is thinking, if I was a slave and I was like a greedy piece of shit, what I would do is I would do everything with this guy and then
kill him?
and then at the very end, oh no, a tree fell on him.
Oh no.
So bad. Anyway, I'll have my freedom plus his share, please. He said he wanted me to have it.
As he was lying half crushed by the tree.
Yeah. Fully crushed, you'd make sure of it.
Yeah.
Before Pater over there comes over, sniffing. I never pulled the axe out of the tree back home. I just stuck it in and then we got attacked. You're not gonna be any use tomorrow if you after the journey you like
Yeah.
wear yourself out first day.
Smart.
Wouldn't you want them to lie parallel so that you could cut off the branches and roll them into the river? Not perpendicular, so then you have to push them like all the way
I
over?
don't know.
あるよ。
No, we have to
We
hunt
hunt
it.
something.
いや、そろそろ方法人が持ってくる。
Oh.
至れり尽くせだな。お、飯だ。そうだな、トロフィー。
Hopefully.
マジだって。
I don't know.
そうやってねえの。
Probably.
じゃあ今夜あたり行ってみるか。ああ、行け行け。行ってないっすよ。あれじゃねえか、新入りってのは。
Okay, I thought these guys were like poachers or something. Like,
No.
奴隷の連れでね。どうも、私は。ああ、知ってる。聞いてるよ。
Wow, like I was just eating his food as well.
弁当だ、お前らの。
that's your food for a day? Probably. I don't see them coming back at dinner time.
No.
こんだけなんだ文句あんのかおいいや文句っていうか
Jesus. Good luck not dying before you complete this
Yeah.
task.
お前
Yeah, like even though you can get out, it's not gonna.
It's not gonna be easy.
Yeah.
覚えとけよ食えるだけマシなお前らに
Yeah.
住民の俺たちがわざわざやったんだ
That's true.
まずは礼だろ礼こいつら俺言ってみろありがとうございますってよ
I like that the show reminds us that they're still slaves. Like, yes, this is a very fortuitous situation, but they're still slaves. They're still not free, even though they're treated like it from their master.
He looks so dead every time I see him. You know.
He's had an ego death. That's why he seems dead.
後ろから押してくれ。俺は前で引く。
Yeah, see, I don't understand this workflow. Is this how they did it?
川岸まで運んだら。
He just has no trouble.
Oh, maybe they're gonna put them in that way and then roll the rest onto them.
Like a barge?
旦那のものだ。
普通奴隷に馬を扱わせたりしないだろしかもこれはしけだドキリで
いいから行くぞ。
Just an old girl. Oh,
Poor thing.
he's gotta help the horse.
Push.
Oh, the roots.
エイナ、前を持ち上げてくれ。
分かった。
I get the idea this is the only fight that we're gonna get for the next 5 episodes. This is a fight in Farmland Saga.
Climactic battle.
Move a log. Give it everything you have.
Oh, that's so nice.
One thing I'm already seeing more of, like Thorfinn's still not a talkative type, but we're seeing, I feel like we're already, like we're getting more of his personality, even though he's way more muted and he's not talking nearly as much. Before it was just all blinding anger and like rage focused towards one direction. Now he's kind of aimless and you get to see like a different kind of side to him. I like that. Look at that guy.
I like that guy. Just absolutely destroyed.
And no food. You better set up some snares or something. There's a wheat farm all over the place.
奴隷みたいなもんじゃねえか。俺らをいじめて自分たちより下がいるってことを確かめて。
Exactly.
トルフィン、お前もそう思うだろ。
What are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, what you're
What
gonna
about it?
overthrow them?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. One way or the other, it doesn't matter.
どうでもいいことあるかよ。俺たちは旦那の財産の公認なんかがこぎ使っていいわけがねえ。旦那に言いつけてやる。
やめとけ。嫌がらせがひどくなるだけだ。
I feel like you should tell him because yeah, you're an investment.
そんなんでいいのかよ。
He's just given up so badly.
You should tell him. Like the master invested money into you and is expecting a return. If you fucking die of starvation, then it's not worth anything.
報告が黙ってろ。
You should do it.
報告があります。今日こちらの方向にこう。
Oh no. This is bad. Alright, Alright, hey man, wake up. This isn't a good move.
どうしたい報告とやろう。
Nothing.
Reject women, farm the...
Farm for freedom instead.
Ugh. I guess it's probably for the best. They probably would mess with them more,
Yeah.
but it's still like, if it goes on enough and they're literally starving, you'll be left with
Yeah.
no choice. Is that his wife or his daughter? I
Probably
can't
his
tell.
daughter.
I think his daughter too, but
エイナ。報告はいいのか。
せい。
The music.
the music is, I was just gonna say, the music's so good. There's some RuneScape vibe. Or some Fable 1 vibe, more like. Oh, he's out there with them!
Yeah.
Damn!
Okay. Everyone looks so happy. They're all just hanging out.
I wonder what's gonna happen to them. This feels like history's just gonna repeat itself.
I hope not.
Is there a historical thing that I don't remember where the English invaded the Danes?
Farmlands. Yeah. Where someone just burnt down this whole place.
生き返るようだ。さあみんな、もう一踏ん張りだ。ここは昼までに片付けよう。
Oh, they're helping out with this too? I mean, that's how you know you got a good boss.
Yeah.
He's sitting there, like, working with them. He's clearly got something that he wants to do. I wonder if they can all understand each other.
Yeah. That's the thing when everyone's just speaking the same language and it's not even the language that's like being spoken canonically in the show.
Yeah, because I just thought that actually. Einar is from northern England, so he'd speak English, right?
Yeah.
He'd speak English, and I don't think Thorfinn. Maybe Thorfinn learned English. I forget. I'm gonna do a Google. Does not speak English. So, that's it. Could be at any point in the story.
Yeah.
So then, does Einar know Nordic then, or whatever language they speak?
Well, we'll just let this one slide.
I'm not saying it's a criticism. I'm saying
Yeah.
I'm probably missing something because they in the previous season they paid attention to this sort of thing. So it's unlikely that the author just forgot that they speak other languages.
Yeah.
I just don't know which language they would be speaking because they're in Denmark, right?
This guy's very, very smart.
Yeah. You're gonna talk back to him?
Careful.
You're gonna kill somebody. Somebody better step in before he kills your boss.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you can't step in then.
He's just being a bratty.
He's clearly a rich kid. Like, look at his sword. It's like so nice.
He just does not want to be a farmer.
Exactly, his son should be. You fucking. That's why you never put a sword on your back. You don't put a sword on your back for that exact reason.
Thought he was so slick. I'm gonna make a name for myself with this sword that I can't even use.
Prince Canute's army. Like a moth to a flame. And he misses. He just missed. Oh no. Oh my god. Trying to get his daughter pregnant with the rich kids.
Yeah.
Do you realize what you're doing, old man? Do you realize your grandson's just gonna be a bastard slave on this farm?
I mean, I guess they know that if, the guy who actually owns the farm is a decent enough dude that he would, take care of his shitty son's mistakes. But it's still,
I mean, you do what you gotta do. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the alternative?
Although I do think that she's clearly handling it very well. You don't need to be doing a step-by-step check-in over here.
What's funny is the dad probably gave her a pep talk for that. That's why she was like, let's go again. Like, she probably knows she's not just, it's not just for fun, it seems like.
Stay on the farm.
Yeah, stay on the farm forever. I care about you. What did they say? Yeah, everybody's... That's the thing. If the son leaves, then all of their futures...
Yeah.
It's not just him. It's all of the people who work there. If the father dies and the son leaves, then
Did
what
you
happens
just
to the
hear
farm?
all of that?
He probably just figured it out. Oh, they're tenants. They're not... Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'd be pretty pissed off, too.
Oh.
It was definitely your intention. I mean, can you blame him for wanting to leave after shit like that? I don't like this. It's true. Not everyone has a choice like him.
てめえらに構ってるほど暇じゃねえんだ俺は。とっとと取り手に帰って寝ちまえ。まんかりしないのも分かったから。冷たいね。おい。
Oh boy.
今の口取るんじゃねえよ。いいから飲み直そうね飲み直そう。
You gonna try and rob him?
Are
they gonna kill him?
No.
Sleeping in the woodshed. That's such a good fucking ending, dude. Oh, that's such a good ending. Wow. Good episode.
It's nothing too crazy happened, but just sort of like setting up the dynamics of this farm and like giving more of an insight into, you know, you could be done in 3 years and then you could be free, but until then you have to cut an entire forest and like turn it into a wheat field.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, still working on the other wheat fields. And I imagine it seems really nice right now where they're just, you know, sleeping in the hay in their little thing. But then I'm just thinking about the winter. Yeah. Like imagine there's just
Denmark
snow,
winter.
And you're out there like cutting trees down. You come back to your little shed. And it's not like, oh, I can just sleep on top of the hay
it's
and I'll
be
warm.
It's not a barn or anything.
It's
an
be
open
freezing
shed.
Cold. I just saw that when I saw them just with their bare feet lying on the hay. I'm like, must be warm for you to be doing that.
On a crisp summer night. But once the frost comes, it'll be pretty rough.
And yeah, I guess it seems like, people, come here as slaves and then they work and earn their freedom and then just stay here.
Because it's a pretty good place to live.
Unless you have enough money to buy land, you can't be a farm, like you can't go anywhere and be a farmer. You can just stay and work on someone else's farm, or like, where are you going to go at this point? Yeah. You can't go back to wherever you're from, probably.
And what, you're probably going to go to a city and struggle there if you can make it, if you can make a journey.
At this point, you're an expert farmer.
Or just go work for another person, but this guy's a pretty good guy to work for.
Yeah, and he's at least out there doing his own work, and he's trying to, like, inspire his son, but he's just like, oh, I want to go and fight in wars and stuff, and it's like...
He's very thorfin, very much, classic youth guy who wants to fight and make a name for himself. It's like all these young guys want to go do that, but none of them understand what it's like unless you've lived it. Yeah. And, But what I'm getting from, like, every situation here is, like, everybody in here is, like, it could be worse. That's the one thing that I get from, like, everybody who's working here is, like, this situation is pretty, it has its downside. It either has its downside or it's pretty bad. Like, you're either a slave or you're a son with, like, all this pressure put on you, everybody's depending on you, and you just want to have the freedom to live your own life. But it could be worse. You could be a real slave with no possibility of freedom in England, where you're just, you're just a slave for life till you starve and die or freeze and in Iceland or wherever. Like, there's that. Or you could, instead of having the choice to stay or go, you could just, have no choice. You could just...
And I feel like this is also really interesting for Thorfinn because, like, in the first episode of Vinland Saga, his parents, like, sell all of their stuff to buy the freedom of a slave.
Yes.
And he's like, why would you ever do that? Blah, blah. And, that is the kind of slavery that he, like, knew about early on. So, like, to him, this is, like... It's not even bad at all, Yeah,
well, I think Thorfinn's in a unique place because he doesn't seem to have a desire for anything. He hasn't fully. He's still working through. He's clearly starting to work through now that he's with Einar, the shit that he did in the past and all the blood that is on his hands. But he doesn't seem very eager to be freed. He doesn't he's gonna work towards it because that's what's in front of him. This is like
purgatory area for him where he's just sort of hanging around here. All he has to do is cut down trees.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to go and face anyone from his past or anything that he's done. He's just in the farm purgatory. He's just waiting around and doing what he's told. And he's not killing people. He's not having to fight. He's just chilling out, These freaking guys.
Yeah, they're trying to, game the system, trying to move up in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, if only, my daughter can get this or that, then we'll be, good to go. And then, fucking Einar over here has eyes for the boss's daughter, which is only a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. It cannot be anything. Nothing good can come from that.
Nothing, not a single good thing can come from that. She's going to get married off somewhere.
I wish that good things could come from it, but I don't think so. Here's the happy ending to the story. He works really hard, he gets his own freedom, they fall in love, get married, and he inherits the farm because he's such a good and better farmer than the shithead son. Yeah,
well, okay, so here's what can happen here. So, the son doesn't want to lead this place, and he's really eager. He's got a hairy trigger finger, so he'll probably get killed. I think that he'll probably die, and then his choice of stay or go will be taken away, and he'll just die from stupidity. Maybe next episode or in the next couple episodes. And then the daughter, who maybe would have been married off to some other lord or other pillar of another community, and to connect these places and possibly build a little dynasty in this area. She'll probably have to stay and get married, and then she'll have to inherit the farm. Yeah. And then those dreams of expanding will have to be put off to the next generation. So maybe it's possible Einar could distinguish himself. He grew up a farmer. He maybe he'll do really good at this, and he'll distinguish himself because he's a responsible guy. He really respects. He seems to be getting respect for his master. Maybe he will distinguish himself and prove himself that he's not just a slave and just dirt or whatever. And this guy seems to not really discriminate. So maybe if he thinks that now that his son's dead, he doesn't really have a way to pass off the farm other than to his daughter. He just needs to make sure his daughter marries the right guy so that all this wasn't for nothing. Because he's clearly the master seems to be, I think his name's Kettle. He seems to be working hard probably for his children, because why else would this guy who's super rich be out there in the fields with slaves? He's really out there trying to do something.
Well, I was also saying, if it seems like he cares about people and values people as well, so he has all the the children of other people who work on his farm either as slaves or as just
farmers, tending farmers.
Yeah, so he all their kids are running around and bringing in water, and he seems to have a really great relationship with them and is all laughing and having fun. So and I think that all of that would obviously be in jeopardy if his son didn't care for the farm like he did. So that's why he's trying to make sure that all it's not just his children, we know of two of them, like the daughter and the son. It's like every single person that lives on his land. Yeah. If anyone else like comes in, if the son doesn't care about the farm, he sells the land. Whoever owns it next is not going to be
as kind to these people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like he's. I wonder what his past is. Maybe his past is similar to like Thor's. Like maybe he was a warrior at one time. And you know, gave that up and then took his money.
To be a farmer.
Yeah, took his pay from the army.
Or
and then
wonder
went back
if
here.
it's like he had been in a similar situation, maybe where he like was working on a farm and was able to like buy his own freedom, and then eventually
he's trying to pay that forward.
Work his way up to be able to own a farm or something. I don't know, but I feel like he definitely wants the best for everyone. Those guys are shitheads though.
Yeah, we're free men. It's like you're on this land, you know, technically we're not too far off from the exact same place. Mm-hmm. Do you want to hear my theory?
Sure.
Einar was attacked by Thorfinn.
Oh. I thought that at first, but then you said no.
What? I don't remember that.
Oh, I was like, is this a village that they attacked?
Oh, maybe we did say that
last
one.
And then you said no.
I don't think I said. I don't remember saying no. Maybe I did, but what I remember was I was trying to put up a timeline because it seemed like it was way, like it seemed like it more than a year. Like from that time to now, maybe a year had passed. From Thorfinn, I guess, but I thought that it was way more. I thought that it was like 5 or 6 years, but it seemed like for Einar it happened like a year ago. But for Thorfinn, he seemed like, the way I saw him last episode seemed like he was much older than he was from season 1. But it seems like it lines up pretty well from when everybody was attacking England for like all of last season. So Einar was probably a victim, probably of Thorfinn. I think that what you were saying was that his mom was the mom that like took Thorfinn in or whatever. Yeah. But that's not possible because I think that lady's son had died as a soldier or had gone off to war and died or something like that.
I couldn't really remember very good.
So that's why she endeared that lady endeared herself. She had a daughter as well, but she endeared herself to Thorfinn because she was like, it was like a surrogate son type thing, even though she didn't know he was a spy. So yeah, that's probably where that came from. But yeah, that's what I think, and I think that's going to be a big sticking point in the relationship. That's probably going to come to light at some point, one way or another, and then Thorfinn is going to eventually feel really terrible
even if it wasn't him directly. Like when he learns about Thorfinn's past, he's just going to be like, "Yeah, what the hell?"
Yeah,
because we just heard his entire rant about like.
But I bet they'll become really good friends first.
And then it'll be like a betrayal when he finds out.
I bet they'll work for like the next 2 years and not know, and then maybe Leaf will come or something like that to like buy him.
Maybe.
Or something like that. Possibly.
Or like someone else will show up that like knows him. I'm not sure.
Yeah. If Canute is going to be coming here to recruit people, maybe Canute's soldiers will come to recruit men for the army, and they might recognize him, and then there might be a dispute over him being property, or you know, whatever. I guess since Canute banished him and sold him off as a slave, that wouldn't be as big of a deal, but it might come to light because of that. Something might happen. I think that or maybe Thorfinn after you know, becoming better, you know, having a better relationship with Einar, and over time he'll just tell him and feel very remorseful. But I don't think that Thorfinn's he's come a long way from just being, you know, blindingly angry at Ashkelad, but he's not quite feeling very much in the way of other emotions, at least outwardly right now. He's still kind of processing everything. But I'm interested to see where it goes. Hopefully you leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Hopefully this will come out sooner in the week, but yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe. See you next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay. Bye-bye.